Okay guys, welcome to the next part of my tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be fixing up some of the issues with the car, like this place, and also some of the issues here. So let's get started. uh, okay, let's take a zoom up and select this piece of geometry. So before we fix up the geometry, let's do some tweaking over here, cause I need a crease that runs over here. So let's isolate this piece of geometry and go to the polygon mode. Let's see. Okay, let's select all these faces and guess I've selected the right faces. Okay, let's detach it and name it as I just don't know the names, so let's name it as something that we can remember. And let's go to the edge mode. Let's isolate this geometry first, and let's close up some of the gaps over here. Bridge these two, bridge this geometry, and bridge this geometry. Next, what we can do is let's I think we can move these edges out just a bit, like that. And let's exit isolation mode for now. Let's isolate this piece of geometry and see if there are any issues over here. Well, you can see that here there's a face that has not been created. So let's go to the edge mode and bridge these two faces, and let's position these vertices. Like that. And I think you can also extrude this edge all the way to the back. So let's go to the edge mode and select these two edges, extrude it once till here and extrude it back all the way till the end. Approximately over there, and let's do some merging. And let's merge these two vertices together. and take a look at the smooth version. Well, I think that's better. And exit the isolation mode, and let's fix the geometry over here. So you can see that there is an edge that is not there is a vertex that's floating in the air. So let's select this vertex and do a target weld from here to here, and let's go to the face mode. Let's delete these faces for now and switch over to the edge mode. Select these edges and extrude them. Well, okay, let's extrude it till here for the time being. And let's position this vertex over here. Select this edge, add a ring selection and connect the vertex. Okay, now let's go to target weld, and or let's use weld to weld some of these vertices right over here. And these two vertices. Let's go to edge mode and do a connect over here just to add an extra edge loop right over there, and let's weld these two vertices again. And let's switch over to the edge mode and bring this edge. Well, let's see what's the issue. That's okay. So these vertices have not been merged correctly, so let's go ahead and merge these vertices over here, and let's try a extrude now. Well, I can't see what's the problem with those edges. Let's try deleting this edge, and let's extrude this edge out, or let's try bridging this edge. And now let's try extruding this edge. And one last time till here, and let's use target weld to weld this vertex. Let's switch over to the vertices mode, and let's weld this vertex with this vertex. And surely we need some connects over here, so let's go to the edge mode, select this edge, and let's connect it. Using 3 edges with 0 slide and 0 pinch. let's try sliding it. And let's now place the edges independently in their right positions. And now switch over to the vertex mode and select all these vertices. Let's select all these vertices that require a weld. And let's weld it. Okay, so that's better. Now what we can do is let's select this edge, apply a ring selection and connect it using one edge with 0 pinch. And slide it all the way over here. And another thing what we can do is select this edge and move it forward just a bit. So now let's check the smooth mesh preview. That looks good. Let's exit the isolation mode and see how our car looks now. So obviously you can see that this edge is a little bit sharp. So let's go to the side view and let's go to the verts mode. Select these vertices and place them approximately in the respective positions. And we also want to add a edge loop right over here, so let's do that now. Just tweak these edges just a bit. And now let's ring this edge selection and let's connect it using one edge, sliding it all the way till the top. Like that. And let's also smooth this selection. And surely we need one edge to hold this selection. And let's place this vertex slightly up like that. And let's check out how the object has come out. Well, that looks pretty much decent. You can see that we have got almost all the curves right. Let's do some tweaking to this object. Let's go to the verts mode, switch over to the side view, and I want to place this vertex slightly up over there, or let's even try over here. I need a vertex over here, so what we can do is select this selection and apply a ring selection, connect it, bring the vertex over here and switch over to the verts mode. And so that's fixed that problem over there. Let's now concentrate on this piece of geometry. You can see that there are two edge loops going close to each other, so let's delete one of them. Let's apply a loop selection, and I think you can delete them by using control and remove. And let's now use smoothing groups to see how that comes out. Well, you can see that we have got that nice belt line that goes from here all the way around the car till here, and it ends over here. So that's pretty much decent. Now let's go ahead and sharpen up these air holes. So let's turn off NURB subdivision, and we have almost completed the car. So let's apply a ring selection and use a connect to bring this edge all the way over here. Okay, and I also want an edge loop right over here. That's better. And now what I want to do is let's use the cut tool so that I can draw a nice boundary line around this edge to get a nice deformation over there. So what we can do is let's select this edge, apply a ring selection, along with these two edges. Let's make this go all the way till here, and I'm just thinking of how to add an edge loop over there without causing much disturbance to the body. But okay, before that let's separate out this back fender into this portion and this part that you can see over here. Let's do that right now. Switch over to the vertex mode and let's raise these vertices up so that they are not visible, and I also would like to add I want to raise these parts just a bit like that, and raise these set of vertices also up in the air just a bit, or let's make these vertices planar in the Z direction. like that, and add a slight bit of rotation and move them up. So that's better now. uh, what I'm trying to get now is a nice crease line. Let's see how we can do that. Let's turn on the look through mode, and you can see that we want uh, edge right over here. So let's align these vertices onto that edge. And I want all these vertices to be planar, so that I can rotate them like that. And let's bring these vertices out just a bit. And this vertex down just a bit. So that's better. Now let's go to the polygon mode, and let's select all these faces right over here and detach them as the rear bumper. And let's isolate the rear bumper. Let's deactivate the see-through mode also, and let's add some thickness to the rear bumper. Let's try and see if we can use a shell modifier. Well, that has come out. I don't want to use a shell modifier here. Let's just delete the shell modifier, and let's try extruding the faces. Let's bring these faces back just a bit. These faces over here, and let's use target weld to weld some of the vertices, and go to edge mode. Select these edges, and let's extrude them in just a bit. Move them to the side. Now use this vertex, and let's space out these vertex a bit more evenly. So let's use target weld to weld these two together. So that's better. Now we can add some thickness over here by just bridging these two vertices. And let's select these edges, bring them out, and bring this edge also out, and let's use target weld, or let's use okay, let's weld this vertex. Let's go to vertex mode to weld these vertices, and let's now select both of these vertices and use a weld. Position it over there, and you can also go ahead and extrude this edge out. Before that, let's place this vertex in a more meaningful location, like that. So that looks better, and what we can do now is let's go to edge mode. Let's select these edges right over here and extrude them up in the Z direction. And we can go ahead and weld some vertices. Well, creating a car is mainly based on only some functions like welding, rotating, etc. I think you can we can cut an edge loop over here that runs all the way across. Okay, let's see where this selection goes. Okay, I think let's see if we can close this gap by any means. Let's try using distillate. I'm sorry. Okay, I think you can leave those edges just like that. You can move this vertex inside because that's not going to be seen by anyone except you are going for some crazy demolition works on your car. These parts are not going to be seen, so let's leave them just like that, and let's apply a ring selection. And let's connect them. Okay, I think that that makes it better. Let's add even more pinch and let's decrease the slide to 0. Okay, and let's take a look at the smooth result. So here you can see that there's a bit of an issue. Let's turn off knob subdivision and address that issue. What we can do is let's use the cut tool to cut an edge from here all the way till here, and now we can select these two vertices and we can delete them. And now let's take a look at the smooth version. You can see that That's a bit of an issue over here. What we can do is we can use the same method of cutting an edge from here to here, and then we can select the two edges and remove them. Now you can see that there are two edges that are floating around in the air. So what we can do to them is we can use the cut tool again and cut this polygon all the way till here, and again for this piece cut it all the way till the end, and that finishes this piece. You can see that we have got a nice rear fender, except this piece. Let's and also I want a crease that goes over here, so let's see where that crease goes. Okay, let's connect that, bring the pinch to 0, bring this edge all the way down till here, we just need one edge, so let's connect that using one edge and bring the slide all the way down, and you can go ahead and merge some of these vertices over here. So let's select these two vertices, switch over to the local mode, let's select these vertices over here and push them up just a bit. It's not working, it seems, so let's up just a bit over there, and we can weld some of the vertices, and we can weld even these vertex to here, and let's check the NURB subdivision. And I also want to close this gap over here. Let's select these two edges along with these two edges and bridge them across. So now you can see that we've got a clean piece of geometry over there. Let's bring this vertex out just a bit and switch over to the working mode, and I want these vertices to have a bit of more curvature. So that looks fairly nice. Hello guys, sorry for the disturbance because my system crashed. So I'm continuing from the point where I left my system off last time. So we were up to create the back fender. So let's start doing that now. What I want to do is let's modify the shape a bit, just a bit. So let's select this object and let's or what we can do is let's hide all these objects. You can see that we don't need this piece of geometry, so let's go to the polygon mode and let's detach this as another piece, and let's select all these pieces. Except this piece, and let's hide them. Let's go ahead and hide all these objects. So let's we don't want this part, and that's it. Now let's switch to the orthographic views and make some tweakings to these objects. Let's activate see-through mode, and this entire part needs reworking because it doesn't look like that in the original car. So what we can do is let's rework the entire object from the scratch. Let's we want an edge that flows from here and comes down, so let it be this edge. So what we can do is let's go to the face mode and delete these polygons, and also these, along with all of these polygons. And now let's start from the scratch. Let's make all these vertices planar in the z direction, add a slight bit of rotation, deselect these to give them a bit of bulge over there. And next let's go to the vertex mode and tweak these vertices just a bit. and what we can do is we can push this edge up over there, and then let's select these vertices and bring them down just a bit. Let's turn off this expert mode because I don't need that. Okay, and let's see how we can add a nice type of path over here. I just want an edge to flow from here and go down over here. So what we can do for that is let's position these edges over here first. Like that, and okay, let's go to the edge mode, select this edge and move it, and extrude it again, add a rotation and extrude it again. This time make it flat like that, and we want these edges to go inside just a bit. So that's better. Let's push all these edges. Just a bit inside. Let's switch to the vertex mode and place these vertex approximately over here, and this vertex should go over here, and that vertex over there. Let's push this out just a bit. So that piece looks better now. Next up what we can do is we got to close the gap over here. So let's select all these vertices over here and push them back just a bit and make them planar in the y direction. And let's push this vertex all the way over here, so that now we can merge some of the vertices like that and like that. Now let's go ahead and fill up this gap. What we can do is, let us go to the edge mode, select this edge, connect it, okay. Let's deselect these edges and connect it approximately over there, and let's cut a vertex from here to here, switch over to the polygon mode, and let's delete this face and move this vertex over here. So now let's go to the, before that let's see if there are any unwanted dents over here. That's nice. So let's go ahead to bridge some of the faces. I think we don't need this vertex over here. Let's delete that, and let's bridge these edges. Let's bring this edge down like that. Till this position, and till here, and now let's do some welding. And push this vertex just slightly outside, and now let's see how we can fill this gap. Let's add a edge loop over here, right there, and now let's go to the vertex mode and use target weld to weld these vertices together. And also I want to bring these vertices down just a bit, like that. And next we can go ahead and bridge those faces together over here. I'm sorry, bridge these edges together over here by using the bridge command. And you can see that you need some faces over here or edges to hold this gap. So what we can do is we can select this edge. Right now, if you see, we need a hole over here to accommodate the mufflers. So what we can do is we can okay, let's try cutting a hole over there. Like that. And let's delete those faces. And let's go to the verts mode, raise this vertex over here, and let's do some cleaning up over here. Let's delete those faces. And let's add an extra edge right over here by using the connect tool and slide it till here. And now let's bridge these vertices. I'm sorry, let's bridge these edges using the bridge command.